Shadows in Scotswood. The neighbourhood of Scotswood was no place for a child. In the mid-1960s, this part of Newcastle, like much of England's post-war landscape, was a patchwork of poverty and remnants of devastation. Long forgotten rubble from World War II bombings littered the streets, while hollowed-out buildings and abandoned lots marked the boundaries of a world where children roamed without guidance and innocence slipped easily through the cracks. For Mary Bell, who was born into this bleak environment, these crumbling streets would be the backdrop to a childhood that was anything but ordinary. Mary's home was on Whitehouse Road, a narrow street that bore the telltale signs of neglect and decay. The people of Scotswood were no strangers to hardship. They lived in tightly packed terraces, their bricks blackened by soot from nearby factories, and their yards filled with the cast-offs of a hard, working-class life. Among these streets, where children played in bombed-out buildings and families struggled to get by, Mary's life was set against a darkness that would shape her in ways few could have foreseen. Mary's mother, Betty Bell, was a local prostitute, known to take clients into her home, often working behind closed doors while Mary was left to wander. Betty's work was not limited to simple encounters. She specialized in BDSM and extreme role play, catering to men who sought her out for sessions that mixed control and submission. These sessions, loud and disturbing, were never far from Mary's awareness. Betty's clients came and went, some kind, some aggressive, their shadows passing through the home with a frequency that unsettled Mary. Betty's role in Mary's life was one of neglect rather than nurture, and the sense of stability and safety every child should feel was nowhere to be found. Betty's clients often had no idea that there was a small, observant child in the house, but Mary was well aware of their presence. She had grown accustomed to hiding quietly in corners, listening to sounds she didn't understand, and witnessing scenes that no child should see. The darkness of her mother's work filtered through every room, and as Mary grew, so did her understanding that the things she saw were different, disturbing, and far beyond what other children experienced. These memories and impressions would lodge themselves deep within her, warping her sense of normalcy and seeding emotions she couldn't yet express. Though Scotswood was home to countless other children, Mary often roamed alone, her sharp blue eyes surveying her surroundings with a watchfulness that seemed far beyond her years. The children of the area were left to their own devices, banding together in loose groups to explore the ruins, climb through rubble, and invent games that spoke to their resilience and resourcefulness. But while other children found simple fun in their games, Mary's playfulness seemed edged with something darker. Her innocence, or what little remained of it, had been stained by the realities of a home life.